Yo, what up, dude? Um, I'm just sending out a new link because that one fucked up. Yo, what is up? I'm trying to send this new link out because that one fucked up, I think. Do. Maybe? I don't know. Rodney in the house, Kyle in the house, Adam in the house, Mark W in the house. What is up, my boys? Friday. Let's see. Got 9 people. Yo, Jay Money, my boy. How are you? Welcome. Do. What is new? What kind of questions do we have? Mr. Josh Richardson, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining. Jay Money looking peeled out. Man, excited seeing your prep. Thank you, Jay. Prep is prepping. Prep is doing what it does. Prep face coming in, says Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for being here. Smalls, what up, my dude? I'm just posting this. I'm reposting this link because I think the other one fucked up. Oh, I don't want to do that. What's up, guys? What questions do you have for me today? Christopher, good morning. How's your foot? You guys might not get that, but he will. $12 people, no questions. You guys are fucks. It's there, he said. It is there. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to post this on my Instagram so maybe others may join us. And then we will rock and roll here and start digging into stuff. New link to join. All right, we are in it. What up, Eric, my man? How are you? Welcome. I got my nicotine, my caffeine, and you guys have my full attention. Let's bring this down. What's your protocol when sick? Be sick. Get the meals in no matter what, or listen to the body and eat as tolerated. I still get my meals in when I'm sick. I don't know. I guess it depends. Is it like a stomach flu? Like your tummy hurts, or what is it? If you have a fucking cold, you can still eat your meals. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. You can still eat your meals if you have a fucking the sniffles. Stop. Stop it. J Money, what's something you wish you learned sooner when it came to balancing your old job and bodybuilding? Nothing. You can't. Can't do it, Jay. No, heating and air was fucking sweet for bodybuilding, dude. It was no issue at all. There's no issue at all. Not in service, at least. Install might be different. I don't know. I always did service. I was a service guy. But dude, it was so easy. I always got my meals in, no matter what. It was no big deal at all. My boss was super fucking cool. So like, in between calls, I would just pull into a gas station, get my meal in, go use the restroom, whatever, get some water, get an energy drink. on my way to the next call, dude. It was never an issue balancing heating and air and bodybuilding. It's an issue balancing heating and air, bodybuilding, a family, coaching, all of those things. That's the issue. But heating and air and bodybuilding, fucking easy, dude. Easy, easy, easy. Having a job in bodybuilding is like easy. There's certain jobs that make bodybuilding harder, but you just don't do those jobs. You just get a different one. There's plenty of ways to make money. You don't be stuck in one way. You know what I mean? Yeah, Josh, what's your protocol when sick? Yeah, dude, I still get my meals in. I probably don't train if I feel real sick. Kevin, does the nicotine cause any gastric distress? No, I haven't had any. You know what, Kevin? Certain flavors will bother me more than other ones, ironically. But the other thing is, I try to keep it at least like 10 to 15 minutes away from my meal. So then, motility is not interrupted and things like that. So I do try to space it a little bit. Like, I don't finish the meal and pop in my nicotine. I try to give it 5-10 minutes before, sometimes even 15, sometimes longer. But normally within 15-20 minutes, I probably have nicotine in my mouth. Typically, I'll finish my meal. I'll go on a walk. When I get back from the walk, I'll put my nicotine in. And I follow the same rule with any type of drink. I don't drink anything until 15-20 minutes later, after I finish a meal. And before I start a meal, I don't drink anything besides little sips. What up, Jared? Welcome. Huel. Flyaway says Huel. I don't know what that is, baby. Kyle says it depends on how much it acts as a stim for you, similar to caffeine. Typically, for most, it wouldn't much. What for the most, I wouldn't. It won't. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a huge deal. It doesn't give me any issues. I need to tell this to my bro-in-law. He's Union HVAC, one of the only Samsung certified in town. Oh, so he does mini splits? Samsung doesn't. That's the only heating and air I can think of that Samsung makes, is like ductless mini splits. Trying to recruit him as a training partner, but he says he worked too much. Fuck him. Tell him he's a pussy. Fucking douche. Dude, I have so many friends in heating and air that get their fucking workouts at, like, stop. You're a shithead. Tell him he's a shit. Give him my phone number. I'm gonna text him. Ex-military guy. He was fighting for our country, huh? Yeah, fuck, whatever. Smalls, thoughts on behind the neck Smith press? Gay. Not interested. Sorry. Love you, but not interested. No, thank you. Go ask you know who about those. He can talk to you about those. I'm not into them. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Why? There's 9,000 things I would do before that. Fucking silly. Behind the neck Smith press. Gay. Not into it. My career works very similar. Can eat meals anytime I want, says Jay Money. Definitely in a lucky position. I find it easier to bodybuild when I'm working. Me and Ray have my rest days on the weekend for that reason. Yeah. All a job does is just give you more structure. Like, hey, your break is here, here, and here. Duh, that's where you eat your meals. Easy, guys. Easy. John Meadows said he was so fucking confused when he quit his corporate job on when to eat meals. And like, he said he was completely lost. Yeah, I agree, Jay. Having a job, yeah, it's a good thing. Carl says LMAO. Carl is in heating and air. Christopher. Carl wakes his ass up before everyone else and goes and gets his fucking workout in. And he doesn't cry about, oh, I work so many hours. Fuck that, dude. Shit's stupid. Everyone can wake up earlier. It's not that hard. Stop. I know you're the man, though, Christopher. I know it's not you making the excuses. It's your baby boy. Your fucking, what did you call him? Your brother-in-law. Yeah. Yep, he's the one. He's the issue. Carl says 3:15 a.m. That's it, man. That's it. I'm just shortly behind that. Yeah, Joey, I don't know what happened to that one. Let me see if I can. I don't know. I don't want to fuck this up. Let's see. Yeah, Joey, I don't know what happened to that one. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, I see it here, Joey. Let me see if I can. Boo, ba doo, boo, boo. Let me see. All right, that one's gone, Joey. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you. Yes, 3:15 a.m. That's sometimes what it takes. Thank you, Joey. I was waiting in there for you. Well, I appreciate you being here with me now. Brandon, shift worker here. Wake up at 2:30. Get it. Yeah, just wake up, dude. Just fucking go get it in. I agree, Brandon. Good job. Kyle, 3 a.m. Kyle's up there at 3 a.m. Amy, my girl, she is up at 4 a.m. Guys, it's just we all get the same amount of fucking time in a day. So if you want the shit done, you just gotta wake up earlier. That's what it's gonna come down to. You're not gonna go after work. I promise. I promise. You're not gonna go. You're gonna find every fucking excuse in the world to not go. Just wake up earlier and get it done. Just wake up earlier and get it done. It's not that hard. It's just easier not to do it. That's the thing, right? That's always your choice. It's easy to do it. It's easier not to, right? So yeah, just wake up. It's not a big deal. Quit being lazy. Joey, what's your favorite muffin flavor? You know what, dude? Like right now, if I could have a muffin, this is literally right now. This would probably change if I took some time to think about it. I would have some sort of coffee crumble cake muffin if I was able to have one right this second. Um, but a typical chocolate chip I'm good with, or um, blueberries good, of course. Man, I think a muffin is a good treat. I like muffins. It's a good question, Joey. People don't give muffins enough love. What's your Chris Aceto? Mark, my boy. Good morning from San Diego. Good morning, Mark. Kyle, to anyone dreading the idea of waking up early, just do it for a bit and suddenly it'll become your favorite part of the day. Yeah. It's very nice. It's very nice. I like to be up early. I'm up around 3:30, I think. Yeah, typically around 3:30. That's pretty standard for me. Brett's in the house. What's good? What's good, Brett? Welcome. Dylan, yo. What's up, Dylan? Jared, damn, I thought 4:15 was early. Yeah, it's still early. It's still good. It's still good to get up there and just fucking get your shit done. Raymond, I like the idea of setting an alarm to go to bed rather than setting an alarm to wake up. It's not a bad idea. It has helped me more than anything. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, the problem is people can't get off their phones. That's when that's the issue. They just can't get off their phone. Eric, my man, I do labor all day and still train every night after work. Yeah, Eric doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't miss a beat. And Eric, no, that doesn't mean I recommend everyone train before work. But if their excuse is they work too many hours, then that's what I would tell them. A guy like you, I don't have to tell you shit because you're going to fucking get it done no matter what. So I don't worry about guys like you. But when people are, oh, I work too many hours. Okay. So does everyone else. You're not the only motherfucker with a job, right? That's people think they are sometimes. Lee, I'm up between 12 to 2 a.m. to get everything in. And yes, I work regular. Yeah, Lee's up there early. Foxer, my man, need to freeze time, Doctor Strange style. The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Need to freeze time, Doctor Strange style cardio hanging over my head all day gives me anxiety. Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree, Foxer. Yeah, like fuck, dude. Man, if I don't do cardio in the morning, it's not happening. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Promise you that. Oh, let me see. I got Dave here. He is in a show tomorrow, so I need to prescribe his next meal. So please give me a second. Okay. All right. So what we're doing with Dave now is just continuing to dry him out, and just harden him up for the show tomorrow. So that's what we're doing here. He's still plenty full. Let's see. Okay. We are going to do... All right. Sorry, guys. Let me just get this to Dave so he knows what to eat for his next meal, because that's what we do. Meal pour meal when you're getting ready for a show. That starts typically Tuesday or Wednesday. I prescribe all fluids as well. Nothing is consumed without me knowing. All right, let's see. Okay. From rice cakes. Okay. And 14 ounces of coffee. That's it. That's how we do that. Excuse me on that. Okay. Kyle says sometimes you do need to sacrifice sleep too. Who's going to be more jacked? The guy getting 6 hours of sleep and training, or the guy who gets 8 and doesn't train? Fucking argue that. I dare you. Argue that. Yeah. Come on. You got to get, you can get the sleep. The problem is you guys can't shut your fucking phone off. That's what it is. Most of you. Some of you can. Some of you are grown-ups. Some of you cannot stay the fuck off your phone. So shut the fucking phone off and go to bed. Stop playing on it. No one cares. You're not missing anything. Promise. I promise. All the bodybuilders that you're fucking drooling over, they're going to be there in the morning in your fucking scrolling stream. So you can compare yourself to them and be sad about how small you are. They'll still be there in the morning. Trust me, I see them every morning and I cry. I don't need to do it before bed. Christopher, I will talk to him again, see if I can get him to do it. He went through Bud's training. Fuck, whatever. Tell him stupid ass to wake up then. Quit being lazy. Oh, I was in the military. You can't fucking wake up to work out. Stop it. Lazy. Eric, 3 a.m. is still the middle of the night. Y'all are wild. Yeah, Eric does whatever the fuck he wants. Let's see. Oh, shit, I missed a little bit. Wide eye at 4, says Dylan. Brett says early morning coffee when it's quiet is the best. Early morning anything is the best. It's the only peaceful time of the day. Crunchy. Hello, Tommy and y'all. What up, Crunchy? Mark W. Been training after work for years. Had to work over last night, but still got it in. Yeah, too many nights like that happened for me, Mark, where it wasn't doing it for me anymore. I only get 6 meals a day. Okay. And what the fuck happens if I eat my last meal and I still have to what do I do? That's not happening. That's not optimal. So I wake my ass up and I fucking train. I eat a meal, I train. It's done for the day. I can work as many fucking hours as I want. Doesn't matter. Cuz it's done. Kevin, I am unwilling to sacrifice evening awake time. Yeah, that's another thing with the kids. 4 a.m. workouts are coming. My kids' time is just something I can't move. But I hate morning workouts. No, you don't. You just hate them right now. You'll be fine. There's no fucking difference. There's no difference. Dylan, what up? Raymond says, dude, Dave looks sick. Yep, Dave looks great. Carl, I hate cardio. Feel free to remove it from my plan. No, I don't take requests from clients. I write the plan, you follow it, or you can fuck off. Simple as that. Raymond, he always looks sick. Yeah, Dave looks very good. David Dimsdale, my man, how are you? Thank you for joining. Do you think some of these science-based coaches get so lost in the weeds that they've lost the plot? Did I read that right? Yeah. I read that. If there isn't an academic paper for something, it must be dismissed instantly. Types. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Part of me wants to say yes, but I've talked to some of these science-based guys, and they're still fucking bros, dude. They're still bros. Like whatever they post on the internet, I take it with a grain of salt. Because I've talked with some of them like one-on-one. And dude, they're just bros. I guarantee you at some point they do drop sets. At some point they do a rest pause set. And they won't say it's that. But here's what happens. Okay. Let's say the rep range is whatever the fuck. What do they say? What are the whatever guys' names? I'm not going to name any of them because I don't fucking care. They say like 5 to 7 reps is like whatever optimal. Okay. Let's say that they put on a weight and they only get 4. You're telling me they don't lower the weight and then continue the set so they can hit that 5 to 8? Stop it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Why? Because one of them admitted it to me. So I take anything anyone says with a grain of salt. Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, probably. Some of them probably. I think some of the younger ones, but like the guys that have been in it a long time, again, I'm not going to name them because I don't care. But the guys that have been in it a long time, in the back of their fucking mind, they know what's up. They know what's up. These like new kids that are trying, kids isn't an insult. These younger guys that are jumping on the like science-based thing, they will never fucking know anything besides what they're doing. And that's terrifying. Because at least the more mature guys who have been in it for a long time, they've done the rest pause and the drop sets and the supersets. And if they want to say they're not optimal because of what science says, that's fine. But they've at least done them. These other guys, they're never even going to be experienced to have like anecdotal opinion about it. The other more mature science-based lifters that have been in the game a long time, they've at least done them. So I give them credit for that. Like, hey, they've done the partials and the extended sets and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but, a lot of them are lost in the weeds for sure. Kyle says, Kevin, focus properly, hydrated immediately, and pumps or performance will be better than you think. It's not hard. Yeah. Smalls, let's go, Dave. Yep, Dave is cranking away. We got Rusty in a show tomorrow too, so getting both those guys ready today and tomorrow. Christopher, are those hats available for purchase? No, I don't sell these hats, Christopher. These ones were like fucking very expensive. I wouldn't even bother selling them. You guys can get much cooler shit for what I paid for these hats. Kevin said a little relight first thing in the morning. Yeah, you'll do some electrolytes. I do some gut revival. About 25 ounces of spring water, some electrolytes, gut revival. I have a few other things in there. And that is plenty. That's plenty. Then I eat meal one. And then I will empty the dishwasher from last night, start cleaning up a little bit and just moving around. Then I'll start drinking my pre-workout drink. And then I'll actually start drinking my intra drink. And then I'll start getting into it. So yeah, by the time I'm getting in, to my first working set, plenty hydrated. So it's not an issue. Brett says, what's your opinion on the old school thought of doing oil changes? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, donating blood when it gets thick. First, just taking telmisartan or supplementing. I don't believe in either one of those. You don't take telmisartan for thick blood. And you also don't do blood donations for thick blood. So I don't believe in either one of those. Brett said, I love being on my phone so I can text my coach. Hey guys, what gear should I order? I'm going to place an order. What should I get? Stop asking me that. Stop. Kyle, best way to make time in the day is stop bringing your phone to the bed. Yeah, true. Bobby, I will never understand the whole I can't eat my meals. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I won't understand, Bobby. I don't try. It doesn't bother me. Chase, my boy, how are you? 4:15 wake up, 4:45 pre, 5 a.m. gym. Yeah, that's not far from me. Mine is like 3:40, 3:45. By the time I do my shots, I do some red light therapy in the morning. I do some vacuum shit, like vacuum holds, a little bit of posing, take more shots, the typical shit. By the time I get downstairs, it's probably about 4:15, 4:30-ish. I eat my meal, take more shots, drink my shit. By the time I'm training, it's like 5:15, 5:30. And I just have to walk into the basement to do that. So Bobby hasn't taken too much Retta. Only excuse to not be able to eat. It's funny. Tim says, damn, how'd I miss the start? Don't know what to tell you, Tim. You're late. That's how. 30 minutes. Tom G, my problem is, how do I stop eating extra meals? Always time to eat. Take more Retta, code Tommy. GLP-3. Raymond, I still got my hat you gave me at the Arnold. I wear it every day. Appreciate that, Raymond. Representing me. Appreciate you. Foxer, you order all the gear, Brett. That's right. Guys, what should I order? Everything. Build a pharmacy, my friend. Have it all. All the time. Everything all the time. And there's never a question. Never a question. Because my favorite thing when I ask a client, hey, what do you have? I got this. Oh, fucking cool. I have options. All right, let's add this. Great. Go grab it from my gear drawer, from my filing cabinet full of gear. Love it. That's what you do. That's how you do it. Rodney Weaver, my man, are you a fan of supersets? I am. Yep. I am. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Typically, yeah, I probably do one a workout. At least, yeah. Yeah, I like them. Especially Rodney for us, we train in our own gyms, right? So fuck yeah, bro. For sure. I did I probably had like 2 or 3 supersets in my training today. If not more, dude. If not more. Like off the top of my head, my very first movement was a superset today. I did it's called a hook lying dumbbell press. Which is becoming very beneficial for me. I'll eventually make my workout videos again. I honestly just haven't had time. But I supersetted those with like a hex press. Okay. That was my first movement of the day. And then I moved into an incline press. No big deal there. I moved in from there. I moved into a cable press. No big deal. Then I went to a flat press supersetted with a TRX fly. So that was superset there. Then I did lying Y raises, supersetted with rear delts, and then I supersetted my arms. Dude, I probably did like 5 or 6 today. Yeah. So long story short, yes, I like them. I like them. Adam, hope everyone's doing well. We're all good, Adam. Hope you're doing well. Adam, thanks again for doing these, Tommy. Got to bounce and keep the hustle moving. Go get it. Go get it, Adam. Go make your money. You can always watch on the rewind. Raymond, build a pharmacy. Yep. Simple. Simple. Raymond says, Tommy, what are your favorite exercises to bring up hamstrings, adductors, and glutes? You gave me like fucking 5 body parts. Hamstrings, leg curls. Leg curls. Yeah, leg curls. RDLs are good. I'm getting back into those. That's it. Those 2. Glutes, RDLs, and I like the instead of a 45-degree hyperextension, I use my squat safety bar set up in my rack. You know who does them is Meg Sylvester, Cuba's wife. What the fuck's her name? Is that her name? I don't know. I don't know her name. I think that's it. She has a video, I think, on her Instagram or something. So you set a barbell up in the rack and you use that against your hips instead of using a 45-degree hyperextension. I don't know. I think they feel better. But I like those for the glutes. And adductors, just like an adductor machine. I don't have one at home. So I do this thing called like a Copenhagen plank. It's incredibly difficult. It's very frustrating. But Danny makes me do them anyways. So that's what it is. I've seen Andrew Jack do the same thing with the RDO. Yeah. I'll have to post my, I think I have. It's probably on my Instagram somewhere. I think I posted it the other day. But yeah, those are good. Um, yeah, those are the ones I would stick with. Just real simple stuff. Real simple stuff. Joey, ever find that you get more sore after workouts the lower your frequency? Okay, hold on. Ever find that you get more sore after workouts the lower your frequency? I feel at least twice as sore after my sessions now that I'm only lifting every other day. Yeah, yeah. It makes sense if you think about it. Because when you're training more frequently, training to a point will actually help recovery. Um, because you're getting blood flowing, you're getting nutrients flowing. So, to a point, I say, right? Because obviously that can very easily go the other way. Um, but yeah, training is actually good for recovery to a point. What? Mark. Oh, I thought he just said lay girls, not lay girls. I don't have sex, Mark. I have a baby. Means I had sex once. I have proof. Raymond. Oh yeah, I've seen Andrew Jack. Oh yeah, I already said that. Yeah. Smalls, speaking of, Danny watched her husband do hacks and try to emulate it this Sunday. Little scared, not gonna lie. Looks absolutely brutal. Uh I watched all of David's training. All of it. I watch all of his training. Specifically because we obviously have the same coach because Danny is married to David and also coaches him and trains him. Um, so some of his issues are the same as mine. So, um, I'll point, Danny has pointed out things that he does well that I could learn from. So I will watch all of his training. He's he's very very meticulous. How could you not be? With his wife being who she is, and she's the best in the world. She is the best coach for training in the entire fucking world. You can't change my mind on that. You can't. I don't think there's anyone better than her in this space. 100%. Promise. Jay Money, do you recommend splitting leg days into 2 days? No, not necessarily. Quad focus and hamstring focus, especially when really needing to bring them up. No, no. You'll be fine with training them once. I really, I, I don't know if I ever split. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Hold on, Paul. Link to Danny's channel. You're better off finding her Instagram. Um, let me see what her name is on Instagram. It's just Danny Larmentina DPT. Let me see. Focus. Maybe you can see that. But yeah. Yeah, follow her on Instagram. She has tons of like collaboration videos all over fucking YouTube. So you can just Google her name or YouTube her name and you'll find a ton of shit. She's the best. Best in the world. Without a doubt. No one's better than her. Promise. Promise. Any fucking science-based whatever, whoever. No, they can't touch her. Or even come close. Not even close. Diesel Dave, my man. Just want to thank you for all the support. We're just talking about you, Dave. Just talking about you. Yeah, Dave is on it. There you go, Paul. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Danny is the one. Yep. Yep. No one better than her. Promise. Yeah, Dave is looking good. We are good to go. We're just cruising through today, cruising into tomorrow. Easy. Easy. Just pulling a little water off him now. That's it. That's it. No magic tricks. Nothing fancy. Just the typical stuff. See ya, Amy. Thanks for being here with us. Hopefully you learned something by rambling. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. All right, what questions we have? What do we have? Do. Yeah, Dave. J Money says, "Hey Dave, looking killer. Good luck tomorrow." Smalls, good luck, Dave. Bringing home that W. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No issues there. I think he's 60 pounds heavier than our last show. Yeah. 6-0. That's a lot. That is a lot. If you guys didn't know. Okay, here's a good one. Joey, since working with AJ, how has your perspective on skip loading your clients changed? It hasn't. I still skip load a lot of my clients. So, no, it hasn't. A lot of them will use. No, I mean, it really hasn't changed at all. No, why would I be skip loading, Bobby? I'm working with AJ. I do whatever he says. Yeah, he's not happy, Joey. Yeah, most of my people still skip load. A lot of them, but this isn't any different than before. I have always recommended homemade skip load meals, but some people still get pizza and stuff. It hasn't really changed. Skip loading still works. And AJ does something very similar, anyways. Everyone does. J Money, what's your current favorite training day during this prep? My posterior chain day, which is tomorrow. So it starts with leg curls, and then what the fuck do I do after leg curls? It actually starts with calves, which I don't always do. Most of the time I do. So it starts with calves, then I go to leg curl, then I go to that hyperextension that I was talking about. And then I go to an RDL, and then a T-bar row, and then a single arm chest supported lat pull down. And then like a few sets of curls and some abs. It's my favorite fucking day. It's perfect. It's perfect. The volume is perfect. Yeah, everything about that day is perfect. Literally, I wouldn't change one thing about it. Bobby, are you still skip loading? Yeah, no. I have a high carb day. Yeah, so it's not different. It's not different. Same concept. J Money must be the trend. Getting the Landon's head. Yeah, could be. Could be. Joey, how do you choose a good spotter in the gym? I don't. Trying to find a workout partner, but making do with just grabbing people in the meantime. They've all been terrible. Yeah, fuck that. I'd literally rather get buried. I would rather fucking get buried. Find a good training partner, Joey. You're worth your weight in gold. So anyone that doesn't want to train with you, they're fucking stupid because you would be an amazing training partner. You'll have no issue finding a good training partner. The problem is going to be on your end. Anyone that chooses you, they're fucking golden. They're good to go. It's going to be your issue finding someone that you can rely on to show up on time, to be there when they're supposed to be there, not making fucking excuses. Like, relying on people is the hardest thing in this world. It's the hardest thing to do, is find someone that is accountable and you can rely on. It's awful. It's awful. It's the hardest thing to do. But yeah, no one would fucking spot me in the gym. I wouldn't ask a single soul. There's a lot of people I really like and respect in my local gym when I do go, and I still wouldn't fucking ask a person ever, ever, you know. And that also eliminates the possibility that they want to start small talk, and I don't small talk when I'm training. Paul J, other than coming in too fat, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make on their first prep? Coming in too fat. All right, I'll be serious. That's a good question. What are some of the biggest mistakes people make on their prep? Whew, that's hard, dude. Okay. I would have to ask, like, do they have a coach? And, things like that. Because if they have a coach, then, I mean, you can really only do what your coach has you do, right? Um, let's assume they do have a coach, okay? So Paul's wondering, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make on their first prep? One of them is assuming they're going to be larger on stage than they will, assuming they have more muscle than they do, assuming that they're supposed to be in a certain weight class or whatever. Oh, I thought it was going to be 190 on stage. Like, no, in what fucking universe? That's one of the biggest mistakes I see. Number two, people just run themselves into the ground. They run themselves into the ground. Like, when everyone says, like, overtraining's not real, like, these guys don't know how to train hard. Here's the problem: when guys do know how to train hard and they do their first contest prep, they will fucking run themselves into the ground, and they will create a hole so large that they cannot dig the fuck out of it. They cannot get out of it, no matter what. Right? So the body looks like shit when you run it into the ground. It does. Some more mistakes. When guys and girls get to like the 6 to 7 week mark period out from the show, they get crazy. They start trying to ask opinions of every person. So they will send their photos to Joey, Ted, Nancy, Susie, Becky, Jeff. They send their photos to all of them. And Susie's like, yeah, you're on track. And Jeff's like, oh, fuck, dude, you're like 6 weeks behind. And like Becky's like, oh, I don't know. You look okay. And then like their fucking mind starts going crazy because they can't just shut the fucking world off and just focus. Just focus. You know what I mean? So they start, I don't know what it is. I think people might be looking for like reassurance or compliments or something, but they start getting opinions from the fucking internet, the world, the entire world. And everyone's feeding their heads with different shit. And they start to go crazy. They start to go crazy. Um, the other thing is people want to change things all of a sudden. Like at 6 to 7 weeks out, they're like, oh, now I'm going to start doing this. It's like, what the fuck? Why? What do you? Yeah, it's time to start grilling my chicken. But I've been using the air fryer for 30 weeks. It's like, why? Just wait. Wait. 6 more fucking weeks. Just wait. I think I'm gonna switch my test brand. Well, you've been ordering from that guy for fucking 9 years. Now you're gonna try someone new. Just like shit like that. I think that's a big mistake. And then things like things like focusing too far in the future, I think is a really big mistake. So like let's say you're 6 weeks out from a show, right? All of a sudden you're just thinking about the off season and obsessing with it. Oh, I can't wait to grow. Motherfucker, you haven't even gotten on stage yet. You haven't even finished the task in front of you. What the fuck are you talking about off season? What are you talking about off season for? The show is not done. You haven't even got on stage. Like focus on the fucking thing in front of you and not down the line, right? So that's a big mistake people make on their first show. What else? Yeah, I would say those are like the top ones. Assuming they're going to have more muscle than they do, getting too many opinions from the world, from everyone, and it fucks with your head. Changing shit too much, and then focusing on like the future, like focus right here, like do your show. That's a good question, Paul. Yeah, I could go on for a fucking long time about that. Apparently, Dylan Butcher. I would say to keep in mind that whoever you choose will have to learn your spot preference. Oh, he's talking to Joey about picking like a training partner. Tom G, are skip loading and carb cycling much different? Big Paul is always talking about carb cycling. It's all the same. Brett. Oh, they're talking about trading partners. Kyle. Fuck, okay. Kyle, getting too many outside opinions. He's talking about the biggest mistake people make on their prep. Yeah. That aren't your coach. Yeah. Kyle said, should have known you'd say it. Yeah. Kyle is on board with me with that. Guys, I've been guilty of it. That's how I can answer this question. This isn't just like things I've seen in clients. Like I've been guilty of that, So nowadays, I don't listen to anyone besides my coach. No one. Fucking no one. No one. Absolutely no one. Promise. Promise. I don't even especially during prep, I don't want to even watch YouTube shit because I don't want to hear any opinions that might spark my attention. Like, no, it's silly. Joey, y'all flatter me too much. I love y'all. Yeah, Joey, you're a good dude. It would be an honor to train with you. I've seen you train very hard. So anyone that does have that opportunity, they'd be silly not to take it. And it's funny. Funny is a weird word. Either way, it's strange because I've met younger guys in the gym who I've seen training hard and things like that. And I've thrown it out there to them. Like, hey, if you ever want to train with me, just let me know. And I'll give them my cell phone number and everything. Not a fucking crickets from them, you know? And it's like, I'm not patting myself on the back, but like, I don't know, dude. When I was like younger in the gym, man, if I saw a guy that was, bigger than me and stronger than me and things like that, and I saw him after his workout, I'd be like, man, like, is there ever a chance we could train together and like you could show me some stuff? You would be surprised how many guys will say yes. And I've trained with some badass dudes because of that simple fucking question. And not only that, I used to email guys and ask if I could come train with them. For example, Brandon Smitley, he a big elite FTS guy, world record holder in the squat and deadlift. Um, very knowledgeable. Um, emailed him once. Hey, Brandon, is there a chance I could come train with you? Fuck yeah, dude. When do you want to come out? I don't know. How's next weekend? Sure. Here's my address. Boom, done. I drove fucking 5 hours the next weekend to go train with him. Guys, opportunities are out there to make that shit happen. You'd be surprised who will say yes. You know, guys, you have fucking access to all these pro bodybuilders' Instagrams. Fucking message them and just see. Just see. Be like, hey, dude, maybe this is totally weird, but is there a chance I could ever like get a workout in with you? Guys, just fucking throw it out there and see what happens. I dare you. I dare you. I've trained with a lot of people just by doing that. You'd be surprised. Austin or Small says, surely the entire packet of sugar-free gum a day won't hurt my prep. That's another one I didn't even think of. Fuck. Yeah, Paul, I could do a whole episode on that. I had one client who was drinking like 12 diet lemonades a day or something, and I had no fucking idea of. And that's my fault for not finding it out sooner. But I found out when he was like 2 weeks out. I'm like, how many fucking lemonades are you drinking? So again, that's probably on me. Yeah, Raymond says focusing too far in the future. Yeah. Dylan says I'm weirdly enjoying this cut. There's nothing wrong with dieting. There's nothing wrong with it. Joey, next random question. Everyone thinks dieting is going to be miserable for some reason. It's not. It's not. It's all perspective. It's all just what you make it. If you're like, oh, I have to diet, I can't eat fucking cheeseburgers with my friends. It's like, shut up. Don't bodybuild then. Stop. Go play golf. Joey, next random question for Tommy and Kyle. What is the optimal ratio of slot bowls to chicken rice meals per day? 1-to-1. If you're having 6 meals, 2 of them are probably going to be some sort of slop meal. And Kyle is probably somewhere in line with that. He might have one more a day than me. We'll see what he says. But yeah, two of my meals are going to be some sort of slop meal. My last meal right now is a Ninja Creamy instead of the slop meal, but it's the same concept. Yeah, so I do a pre-workout slop. This is fucking Joe, you're going to love this one. I do grass-fed beef. You guys are going to be like, what the fuck? I do grass-fed beef and my cream of rice for my pre-workout meal. And then my post-workout meal is just protein and cream of rice. And then my next, like, whatever meals, 3, 4. It's like a meat and rice and some other stuff. And then my last meal is a Ninja Creamy, typically. On training days, my Ninja Creamy actually has potatoes in there, which sounds gross, but it's really good. Brett says, I'm still kicking myself I couldn't train with you while we were up there. Yeah, Brett ran into like a family emergency and we couldn't train together. But yeah, we'll meet again, brother. Always. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Kyle says I eat 3 to 4 slops. Yeah, but I also tolerate Greek yogurt great. Yeah, see, I don't do any Greek yogurt in there. But yeah, slop is a slop. So I'm not relying on just whey. Whey is only 2 times a day. Yeah, and I don't use whey protein. I use Granite Supplements blend. So it's kind of like it's actually like the Skip blend. And the only reason I use it over the Skip blend is because I can get it on Amazon. I'm just being honest. I'm just fucking being honest. True Nutrition takes so damn long to ship protein. And guys, I live in 2025. I need my fucking shit at my doorstep the day after I order it. I am a millennial. Sorry. I'm a piece of shit like that. But that's what's got to happen for me. It's got to be there on my doorstep. Next day shit. Sorry. Yeah, so I use the Granite Supplements blend. It's like beef. I think there's egg in there, casein, whey. It's got a few different ones in there. Really good, really good. I don't get the blueberry muffin flavor. If you guys do try it, I heard that one's shit. I haven't even tried it. I just started reading the reviews, and everyone's like, "This is fucking awful." So yeah, don't get that. Apparently, yeah. So Kyle and I are doing about 3 a day. Brett says we're hopefully moving up that way. Sounds like Ray is too. Yeah, Ray will be here in end of the month. Got the apartment picked out, starting moving process boxes next week. Yep. So Ray will be 5 minutes from my house. Yeah. I don't even have to leave my neighborhood really to get to his apartment. It's nearly in my neighborhood, so it'll be cool. It'll be very cool. Paul says Amazon subscribe and save is legit. It is. I got a lot of shit on there. Yeah. Just my basic shit. Like my glutamine is subscribe and save. My Body Bio Elite is subscribe and save. My ubiquinol, my Wiley's fish oil, my Zypan, fuck else, a few other things. Raymond, you going to be in the city or closer to town? He'll be right next to me. We're only an hour from the city. We're just right down the highway. Super simple. We're literally right next to the highway too. So it's no issue to get downtown. I go downtown 3 times a week. The traffic actually once you get downtown kind of sucks, but the initial drive isn't bad. Brett says we'll be in the city for sure, but I think we'll be at the very end of the train track so we can afford a yard. Yeah, it's there's suburbs right outside the city too, that you can consider. But yeah, Chicago's cool. What else? Let's see. Yeah, Joey, as far as skip loading, a lot of my people are still skip loading. Most of the time now I'm prescribing the meal. So what I'll do, I'll just ask people like, hey, what are you craving? And like people are weird when I ask them that. They're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good." It's like, just fucking just answer me. You're not craving any food. I don't believe that. So a lot of times I'll see what they're craving, and some people will be like, "Yeah, I could go for from some pizza." If I'm being honest, cool. And I will write them a little recipe for a homemade pizza. Um, or I'll write them a little recipe for homemade burgers, or I'll have them go grab some sushi, and I'll write them a recipe for a little dessert, or something like that. And Skip has changed this too. So um, Skip's Skip has always, not always, but for a long time now, Skip's been recommending that people use better um, better choices for their load meals. You know, Tom, can you write up a little recipe for some McDonald's? Yeah, I mean, depends what you get at McDonald's, and you just make a homemade version of it. It's quite easy. You know, it's quite easy, and it's like an eighth of the sodium. But yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I asked someone the other day, "Hey, what are you craving?" She's like, "I know this is fucking weird, but I want a crunch wrap from Taco Bell." Dope. I got a recipe for you. Sent her a recipe for a fucking homemade crunch wrap. How do you lose with that? That shit's badass. Paul J, going to hit that Oktoberfest in Chicago next weekend. Fulton Market. The beer and pretzels will be logged. Yeah, Paul, that would be cool. Um, yeah, they got all sorts of shit like that. Raymond says homemade McGriddles. Sure, guys, why not? You can fucking home make anything, you know. Just takes more time, of course. Um, but yeah, there's no reason you can't make a homemade McGriddle, right? Very simple. You get some Birch Bender's pancake mix. You make pancakes for the buns. You get, a real organic maple syrup, and you get a higher quality cheese, and you get some sort of low antibiotic turkey sausage, or a higher quality turkey sausage, or whatever. You cook an egg on there. Like, guys, this is all just fucking normal food, you know all real simple shit. You guys, some of you just need to use your head, and it's fun, dude. It's fun. Like, I'm starting to build recipes in my phone, and it's a lot of fun for me, because like, who doesn't like cooking their own you know meal and enjoying it? Like, that's fun stuff. At least for me, I love cooking. If I didn't go to heating and air school, I would have went to culinary school. 100%. 100%. It's just a hard career to make a good living in, you know unless you're really fucking good. And I don't know that. I mean, maybe I could have become good, but yeah, that's one thing I would have loved to do. Either work on cars, or fucking go to culinary school. I would still love to go like to a weekend class just to learn some cool shit. I think it'd be fun. Raymond says homemade tastes better and it doesn't make you feel like trash. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, there's some pride in, making your own meal and shit like that. Like, uh especially during prep, like I like to cook my son and wife dinner, if I have time to do it. I like to prepare them something nice. And I don't do it and like cry about it. It's fun for me. Like, yeah, I can't. I'm choosing not to eat this, but like they can eat something good. Like, hey, this sounds really good to me, so I know it's going to be good for them. Like, J Money. Speaking of homemade skip loads, what are some of your favorites? Yeah, dude, that's a good question. Um, Breakfast was always a go-to for my wife and I for skip loading. So we would make like bagel breakfast sandwiches. Um, so we get like a high quality turkey sausage or a high quality bacon. We'd get some good quality bagels. And we would build, a little sandwich, have some potatoes, fry some hash browns to put on the sandwich, and like that was one of our favorite. Then we would make some like homemade French toast. Um, we used to do like different rice bowl concoctions. So like you would pick like a dish, like a burger bowl, for example, right? And you would put like burger ingredients in a rice bowl, and then like you can make a rice bowl of any cuisine. So I used to do you know, um, like fried rice bowls, and like sweet green type shit. If you guys have ever heard of sweet green, I used to make my own homemade like sweet green bowls. Um, so those were some of my favorites, Jay. We used to make homemade sandwiches, like just fucking yeah, like real simple shit, right? Um, just get a good quality bread and high quality deli meat as high as you can get. I know some of it's kind of shit, but I mean, within reason, it's not that bad. So yeah, we used to do stuff like that. What else did we do? My wife and I kind of had a rule, like depending on how many load meals I was getting. Like when I was deep in prep, sometimes I was getting like 6 load meals. So we kind of had a rule that like if I had 6 meals, 4 of them would have to be homemade, and then 2 of them we would potentially get something at like a local restaurant that we liked. And then you have to learn the restaurants that don't make you feel like shit too. So there's a process with that. Because some restaurants like they use good quality foods, so you don't have to worry about feeling like trash. But you just got to find um, the restaurants that work with you, right? Tim said I have yet to really eat a shitload meal. Last few weeks have been added food from the meal I'm making, besides all you can eat sushi. Yeah, that's one thing to do too. Like if you get a skip load meal, like I don't know, sometimes it's just like a fucking big ass bowl of cream of rice. And like, because that's what people tell me they're craving. Like, Tommy, I could go for a fuck ton of cream of rice. Dope. Let's do it. Let's do some cream of rice, throw some nut butter on there, some frozen fruit. Like, who doesn't like that, guys? That shit's a fucking dessert. 100%. Um, so really, like, nowadays, I much prefer homemade, type load meals. Um, and it's simple, and you're in control of what goes in there and what doesn't, and that's huge. That's huge. Joey says I'm convinced people who enjoy making foods either turn either turn into fat asses or bodybuilders. Yeah, probably. Probably. And bodybuilders are just like one choice away from being a fat ass, like at all times. Like I've never met a bodybuilder who could not turn into a fat ass. Like, guys, if I fell off my diet, like if I truly fell off my diet, I would be 270 by the end of the year. My appetite is ravenous all the time. It always has been since I was a kid. Like I can't shut my appetite off. I don't know why. And I was never like a lean guy, because a lot of the times guys who have really big appetites, I don't want to say a lot of the times, but like when you think about a person with a really high appetite, it's typically because they have a really fast metabolism and they have um, that endomorphic, like really lean structure. They've always been the skinny guy and stuff like that. I was always the fat guy with the fucking big appetite, which is a really dangerous combo. Brett, you can teach yourself so much. There's so many little things, mock ingredients, cottage cheese. Yeah, dude. Yeah, tons of fun stuff. I've been making these like homemade oatmeal raisin cookies with like unsweetened applesauce instead of a fat source to help bind the ingredients and things like that. It's really good shit. Raymond said I've been both of those things. Yeah. A lot of times fat asses just end up turning into bodybuilders. You just go from one eating disorder to another. Uh, Brett says, I started off with Coach Greg's French toast like 3 years ago. I was so addicted. Hey guys, you guys can say whatever the fuck you want about Coach Greg. Man, like his recipe books and shit, that's good shit, dude, for real. It's good shit. And I know like us as bodybuilders, we're like, oh, it's like, guys, like that's good shit. Like, you know, teaching, like, let's say the average person how to make food taste good, but still be healthy and attain your goals. Like, who can hate on the guy for that? Like, maybe it's not great for bodybuilding. Maybe, I don't know. He got Ian won his pro card under Greg, I think, and several others. Greg's turned a lot of people pro. We give Greg shit because he's annoying, but like, I mean, the dude, like, love him or hate him, the guy knows his shit, and he's gotten a lot of people in shape. And he teaches a lot of good stuff. I don't know what he does anymore. I don't follow his stuff anymore. But we all have to admit, like, when I don't know, 5-10 years ago, he was putting out good content on food and drugs, and guys, for real, for real. Love him or hate him, but fuck. Joey, what's your food pet peeve in the fitness industry? Mine is chicks calling any mine is mine is chicks calling any red meat meal a burger bowl or a Big Mac bowl just because they added a pickle. That's fucking hilarious, and I have not seen that. Now I'm gonna see it all over my Instagram because we're talking about it. I truthfully haven't seen that. My Luckily, my algorithm lately is just cars, just fucking badass cars, like M3s and GT500s, and like my whole Instagram feed is just fucking car after car, and like there's no food on there, and like occasionally there's like a funny baby video, and yeah, I much prefer it that way. But yeah, I don't really entertain any of the fucking bodybuilding shit. Of course, I see bodybuilding stuff on there, but like my algorithm just feeds me like car content, which is great because I love cars. So lets me not think about this stuff so much. Raymond, it's when they call slop bowls bloat bowls. I haven't heard that either. Got to get the whey drip. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. I got to take a piss. Guys, leave me some questions. I'll be right back. Biggest food pet peeve. I was trying to think about it. Um, Man, I can't think of one, honestly. The whey drip is funny. The whey drip is funny. I'll never forget the key ingredient, regular ass bread. Tim, I was a chef for 5 years. Oh yeah, that's right. After culinary school. Sometimes it's hard to eat bland food, always trying to find clean flavors. I mean, you can make food taste good. That's my pet peeve. That's my pet peeve right there. Tim just said it. That you guys think your food needs to taste like shit. It doesn't. Doesn't. Greg before the fame was awesome in a lot of ways. Yeah, I still like Greg. Like I said, I just don't watch his shit. So that's probably why I like him, because I don't know what he's putting out there. Paul says it's a good book, High Volume, Low Calorie Foods. I think it doesn't allow for people that I think it doesn't work for people that like to meal prep in bulk. Yeah, that's one of the problems, Paul. Is that once you start getting more and more creative, it's time consuming, dude. And you're trying to eat 6 meals a day. It's like, man, I'm okay just with how my food tastes. I don't use condiments or anything, guys. I use salt. That's it. My food tastes good. Like I'm not complaining, but he's turned into a clickbait drama channel. I mean, he's making money, Ray. He's making money, dude. He doesn't give a fuck. He's making money. Half of his videos are unwatchable. Yeah, probably. That's probably why I haven't seen any of his stuff. I just don't follow any of it. Mark says the mic back shots are pretty funny. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. Yeah, Joey, the Normatec boots are fucking sweet, dude. They really are. They really are sweet. They're going to be very tight on you. Um, I Now that I'm dieting, I put a pair on the other day, and like I could actually zip them up a little bit easier. Um, you're gonna need someone to help you zip them up. But dude, they're awesome. They're awesome. You just kick your feet up. Um, it just compresses that fucking leg and lets go, and you can feel the blood flow. Um, yeah, dude, they're fucking sweet. They're expensive, but I like mine. I like mine. I should wear them more. Um, Paul says that video going over Israel's PhD made Mike look like shit. Yeah, see, I don't know what any of that stuff is. Joey, who's more annoying, Broderick Chavez or Mike Israel? Um, I think Chavez is okay. His information's good. How he like his delivery is, I don't know, condescending and kind of annoying. But a lot of his info is not bad. Israel, I haven't watched enough of his stuff. Um, when people really just like try their hardest to be really funny, I think he just tries a little hard to be funny. Um, but it's okay. I mean, that dude's making money too, so who the fuck am I to judge him, right? Um, and I think some of his info's okay. Like I said, I just don't know enough about these guys. I don't listen to any of their stuff. And that's nothing against them. It's just not my circle of people that I listen to. J Money, making my food taste better made me realize my appetite's bigger than bigger than I thought. Yeah. Dylan in the house started gear recently and want to conceive in spring of 2026. I've been running a low dose of HCG during the cycle and plan to drop to TRT dose 3 months before conception. Any tips? Hoping I won't need FSH. Um, Dylan, I would just get a sperm analysis done now and see where you're at now. That's my main tip. You have to test guys, here's the beauty. We don't have to guess shit anymore. We never did. Oh, hey coach, I think my estrogen's high. Okay, where's your blood work? Oh, I didn't get any. Okay, why? Why? There's a fucking tool that tells us if it's high or not. Go get it done. It makes no sense. Don't test or don't guess shit when we can test it. So Dylan, that's what I would tell you to do. In spring of 2026, man, like go get tested now, right? And see where your baseline is. You'd be surprised, bro. Maybe you're fucking good to go. Maybe you're good to go. Maybe you don't need to drop to TRT unless you want to for whatever purposes, you know. Yeah, if you want to, then sure. Dude, maybe you don't even need to. And maybe you don't even need to be running that HCG right now. You just don't know unless you test, right? Otherwise, you're just guessing and you're wasting money on HCG, which isn't incredibly expensive. But hey, maybe you don't need to take it anyways. So yeah, I would go get a sperm analysis. You can use Give Legacy, like Raymond said. I think Chase Irons has a code, or I think it might even be like an affiliate link, like givelegacy.com/Chase Irons or something. But I think Chase has a code that gets you like 10% off. That's what I used. Or you can just go to your doctor and say, hey, I want to get this checked. And they'll line you up with a clinic and everything. Or you can just go to a local fertility clinic. I think you can just walk in and set up an appointment to get tested. But yeah, just go get tested, dude. Real easy, real easy. Amanda John, my wife. Landon is feeding you beef and mac and cheese through the phone. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Appreciate that. Joey, I have an off brand of the compression boots and they feel great, but wasn't sure if they're actually helping. Yeah, Joey, I think they are. I think they are. Anything that's drawing blood and nutrients to a muscle is helping it repair. You know what I mean? There's no way to argue that. There's no way to argue that. Even those little stim machines, right? They send the little electrical pulses. Those work great too. George, hi, George. Welcome. Good evening, Tommy. How's the week been so far? Man, great. Great. All good here, George. Appreciate you for asking. Brett, Mike Israel is edgy and cool, which is awesome thing for a 45-year-old to be. Yeah, he's fine. Like I said, whatever. George the fucking troublemaker. I see someone mention Mike's PhD. What is the whole thing with Mike's PhD? Someone has to fill me in on that, because I don't know what that's about. Is it like not real, or what's the whole thing with that? Dylan says, thanks, brother. Baseline fertility was normal prior to cycle. Just did another test cycle, waiting for the results now. Dylan, you might be okay, dude. You might be okay. And like, just remember, it only takes literally one fucking sperm. It only takes one, right? So when I got tested, I was at like 400,000 or something, like, which is very, very low, which is basically zero. And I had no motility, no morphology. My numbers were basically all zero across the board. I started my HCG and my FSH, and within, like, I want to say a month, my wife was pregnant. So I don't know if maybe the HCG and the FSH just like brought back morphology, because like a full sperm cycle takes 90 days, right? So maybe some of those medications I was using just brought back morphology or motility or both. But like I said, it only takes one, like one lucky guy, and now he's fucking 15 months downstairs, right? George, Mike is 45. Yeah, I think he's around 45. I don't know. I don't know. Eric, what's a good training protocol for tightening the TVA and bringing the gut in? Yeah, Eric, that one's hard. But really, vacuums are good. More static type stuff, like holds, like pull off holds, and different styles of planks, maybe doing some ab wheel. You got to remember though, Eric, like we're pushing food pretty hard on you right now. So a lot of it's just food in there, dude. You know what I mean? Like the gut's gonna look a little distended when you're pushing food to grow. And like even if your gut's distended and they still look like abs, like yeah, maybe someone on the internet would be like, look at that gut. It's like gut, like the dude has a six pack. It's just distended because there's food in there, you know. So I think a lot of it can just be that. But to strengthen the TVA, yeah, I think starting to practice vacuums is a good idea. I've been doing them every morning. And then being cognitive of your gut throughout the day. Just not letting it just like hang out all the time. I do try to keep my abs tight like most of the day. Even I'm cognitive of it when I'm like driving my car and stuff like that. I don't like just let my gut just fucking hang out in the wind, you know, and just like slouch over. I do try to keep my midsection tight nearly all day long. So that's another little thing to keep in the back of your mind is just what you're doing with the gut throughout the day. Don't leave it lazy, you know? Yeah, George says planks and vacuums. Yeah, those are both good. Joey, fuck, beef and mac and cheese sounds delicious. Yeah, Landon eats good. He eats good, dude. He's well diversed. Dylan, yeah, just ask your doctor. Yep, easy, easy, easy. Brett, testosterone makes you stronger and a better athlete if you really boil it down to a base theory. I don't know what you're referring to. Tom, I've heard and read lots of conflicting opinions on IM versus sub-Q injections for tests. Do you have an opinion on the efficacy of one over the other? Yeah, testosterone's injected intramuscular. It's how it was designed to be used. That's how you inject testosterone. Intramuscular. It's a depot. It's a depot medication, which means it goes into the muscle and it's dispersed throughout the muscle. It's intramuscular. That's how you use testosterone. There's no conflicting opinions or that's how you inject testosterone. Now, can you do it sub-Q? Sure. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But the drug is designed to be used intramuscular. That's how you take it. Oh, he just didn't do a good job. He still has his fucking PhD, so like, who cares? Why does it matter? That one dude that works for Merrick is like a foot doctor or some shit. What the fuck's his name? I don't know. They still have their PhDs. They all make more money than us. So who the fuck am I to, say anything wrong about them? I do think Jared Feather though is a genius. Okay. I know he's working with Nick. I'm not sure. No, he's not. He's not. And genius is a very bold word to throw around. That's terrifying, Brett. Stop it. George says it's supposedly filled with nonsense and spelling mistakes, made up numbers and shit, like negative body weights on people involved. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've I don't watch any of that stuff. Like I said, I'm just not interested in it. It doesn't all that like information and entertainment, it doesn't make me a better bodybuilder. It doesn't make me a better coach. So I don't digest it. It's just I can only fill my fucking head with so much shit, and I only put good shit in my head that's going to be useful for me and my clients, and that's it. Everything else is just noise. You know what I mean? Um, J Money, what are your favorite cream of rice toppings? I don't use any toppings. Just cream of rice, dude. Fruit in there is probably good. Um, you can, put rice cakes and crunch those up in there if you want. Um, you know, cream of rice is not a perfect meal for all times of the day. And I think you guys need to know that. Um, it's a very fast digesting carb. So it is a better idea to use it pre and post workout, in my opinion. You can use it other times of the day and slow it down with something like a Greek yogurt, which is what my friend Kyle does. He uses the Greek yogurt as a casein base, which is going to help slow down um, the speed of the reaction of the carb in the insulin and things like that. And then I don't know if Kyle adds fat or not. I don't think he does, but that's something you guys could do as well, is add like a tiny bit of fat. It doesn't have to be a lot. We're talking like 5 to 10 grams of fat from like a nut butter, like an almond butter or something, walnut butter. That can help slow that down, right? So yeah, because like guys will eat cream of rice before bed and then wondering why they're waking up at 1 o'clock every single night to pee. Well, because you had a blood sugar dump and now you have to piss every single night. And it's because of your cream of rice meal, because you're not slowing it down with anything. And your body almost goes hypo and your liver has to dump to save your life, essentially. And that's why you piss. So, like, if you are eating cream of rice at your last meal, it would be good to do what Kyle does and add Greek yogurt. And a fat source is what I would do if it was going to be my last meal. Yeah, that George, is there anything one can do to digest sweet potatoes better? Yeah, this is a good one, George. Um, First, remove the skin from the sweet potato. Cook them very thoroughly, right? Cook them all the way through until they're soft, and cool them right away. So as soon as they're cooked, take them out of the hot water if you're boiling them. Um, Let them come to a room temperature. So put them in a separate thing where they can cool off a little bit, and put them in the fridge for at least 8 hours before you consume them. And that's going to help develop resistant starches. And the skin is a lot of the times what can give people loose stools. So, yeah, do those things for your sweet potatoes. Cook and cool them and remove the skin. And you should be better off, George. Mark is talking about home cooked meals. Mark V says, I was planning to snort my test. Yeah, there you go. Matt is in the house. Hey, coach and chat. What's up, Matt? George, what are your opinions on IM versus sub-Q HGH? Does it depend on your goal, and what is the intent? Peak high or faster IM versus sub-Q. Sub-Q will have more prolonged IGF-1 spike. Yeah, I use sub-Q, but I've done plenty of intramuscular growth hormone pre-workout. I've done plenty of it, and I think it's useful. The main thing about growth hormone is just get it in. But for most people, I think just sub-Q is fine. Whether you chop that up throughout the day or take it all at night, there's some things that suggest that maybe, just maybe, you could develop slightly more insulin resistance by multi uses of growth hormone throughout the day. There's some evidence that suggests that, but um, that's why, like, one of the best things to do if you're getting side effects from your growth hormone, besides obviously just lowering the dose, is to try taking it every other day. Um, Even at the same total dose would be fine, right? So let's say you're taking, I don't like giving numbers. Okay, let's say you're taking 5 units of growth hormone a day, but you're getting like miserable side effects. You could try taking 10 every other day, subcutaneous, and just see. And that comes from the Serostim pamphlet. I'm not just like pulling that out of my ass. That comes from Serostim's pamphlet. Like, hey, if your fucking side effects are getting bad, you can try it this way. What's up, Adam? Paul, George, have you tried dicing and air frying the sweet potatoes? You remove the skin. Remove the skin. And if he's having digestion issues, Paul, he's not going to want to add onions, and probably not goat cheese either. But that does sound delicious, no doubt. Yeah, he said it's even worse when he air fries them. Yeah, no, you got to remove the skin. You got to cook them completely, and then you have to cool them right away to develop the resistant starch. Kyle says, no, I don't add fat, but he does have the Greek yogurt, casein, and then he will add fiber through pumpkin. Yeah, that's another way, guys, to slow down the reaction time of carbs on insulin is to add fiber to it. Yeah. So then, like on a high day, you'd want to do the opposite. Like if you're really trying to drive that response, you'd want to avoid excess fat and you'd want to avoid fiber if you're using the cream of rice for a high day. So something to keep in mind. Paul says maybe just regular potatoes then. Yeah, that's an option. But again, removing the skin is going to be very beneficial. That solves most people's issues. And then cooking them and cooling them right away. Like I said, 8 hours minimum is where you start to get the most resistant starch. And then up to like, I think 14, 15 hours is where it kind of maxes out. George says, what benefits do you see different timings of GH, like pre-workout, like you mentioned? Um, it's minimal. It's nothing. It's nothing like, oh my god, this is the fucking secret. No, it's nothing like that. Your pumps may be a little bit better, especially if you're pairing it with like a small dose of Humalog, and then if you're using an intra-workout drink as well. Guys, I think keeping stuff around your workout window is like really underrated. You know what I mean? Like your body is so sensitive to nutrients around your workout. So like that's why we do things like drink EAAs, and like if we want to use a fast acting carb, like having it around your workout is a really good idea. Having some pre-workout, I don't know, oral supplementation maybe. Guys, I don't know. Talking about Anavar, Anadrol, all the stuff we like, right? Having that around the workout window might not be a bad idea. I don't know. Just guessing. I'm guessing. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. And I have no PhD like Mike Iserto. But the body is highly sensitive to nutrients during and around a workout window, guys. John Meadows has been saying that for fucking 20 years. And you know who else? Milos, guys. Milos. Love him or hate him. Man, that guy, there's something to that. Slamming the body with fucking nutrients around the workout windows, insulin, nutrients, just shuttling all that fucking shit into the muscle while you're training. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Maybe there's nothing to it, but I think there is. pre-bed gives you the most bang for the buck from the IGF-1. IGF-1 is it's a poor indicator to go off because we don't know what's happening on the cellular level. So when you're speaking of IGF-1, I don't know if you're speaking of it on a cellular level or a blood serum level because they're not the same thing. But yeah, I just getting growth hormone in, getting it in every day. However you want to inject it is fine. What is your schedule for Olympia events you're looking forward to? Do you plan to live cast for the Olympia? No, we're not going to do any like live casting, I don't think. No, we're not doing anything like that. I'm just going to enjoy my time with my friends, and that's my plan for the Olympia. But Chase and I leave Wednesday, so we'll get there Wednesday night, and then we'll be there through Sunday. Mark says, for sweet potatoes, I bake them 60 to 90 minutes. Then I turn them into mashed potatoes inside the skin. Then I cut them open and scoop them out. Yeah, sure. Okay. And toss the skin in the trash. Yeah, almost like scoops it out like an avocado or something. Yeah, that makes sense. George says, I've noticed an increased pump when I use GH pre-cardio, actually. Yeah, I believe it, George. I believe it. George says, I second the intra-workout carbs and protein. It acts like a post-workout nutrient delivery. Yeah, George, you're dead on. And then you can push your post-workout meal a little further because your body is well saturated, right? So yeah, no, I agree, George. And yeah, and the protein, I don't use actual protein for my intra. I put the EAAs in place of that as a protein source, right? Because they're amino acids still. So, but yeah, you can use. Back in the day, we used to use PeptoPro, which is like a hydrolyzed casein protein. That's what we used to use back in the day. But it's kind of been phased out, and most of the time now people are just using EAAs in place of that. Yeah, because it was like super fucking expensive. I don't know if it still is. I haven't looked into it in a long time. Amanda John, the lady of my dreams, when does your live end? Wondering if Landon and I should run to Costco now, or should we wait for you? Sorry, you didn't answer my text. This is a great live. Whatever. Amanda John, I have to eat at about 1:15. So my live will go probably until about then. And then I will eat my meal, and then we can go to Costco. It's up to you. It's up to you. J Money, Amanda just drag him out by his hair. Wait a minute. Amanda John, Baldy. Yeah, this is like, that shit's long gone. Long gone. She likes the bald ones. She's got to shave my back, though. That's on the agenda in the next coming days. Amanda John, shaving my back and my ass. Thank you. George, I think that's serum IGF-1. So yeah, we don't know what is in the muscle. Yeah, I agree, George. I don't know, man. I think there's I still see some knowledgeable coaches out there prescribing growth hormone pre-workout, and I see them doing it intramuscular. I don't know, guys. There's some merit to it. You know, the science is going to say what science does, but I don't know. Amanda, I see some shoulder striations. Yeah, almost. It's just good lighting. That's all. Let's see. Yeah, it's just the lighting. Still fat, but it's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, George. Damn, Pepto Pro used to cost a fortune, and it tastes like paint. It's so gross. It's so gross. Yeah, you're not wrong. I used to use the Biotest brand because John was affiliated with it. It was like, what was it called, George? Plasma or something, I think. Yeah, I used to use that one. It's still out there, I think. Hold on, guys. I have yo, what's up, DLC, my man? I have a client checking in. I gotta prescribe his meal so he can get to his next meal. He is in a show tomorrow. So okay. Easy enough. Let's do this. All right, sorry about this. I just need to get his food to him. Okay, easy. Easy. Let's see. What did I miss? Yeah, Pepto Pro. DLC in the house and late to the party. It's okay. We are waiting here for you. J Money, if you're fat, I need Ray to cut my carbs next week. No, I'm not. I'm not fat. I'm in a good spot right now. I'm in a good spot. I feel good about it. For uh what are we? Five weeks out now. Um yeah, no, I'm in a fine spot. I'm okay with it. Doesn't matter what I think. You know what I mean? It's all up to the man, AJ. He makes all the calls. Um, I just follow along, just here for the ride. Um, so yeah, I don't even really look at my own photos or try to analyze them or anything. I don't care. It doesn't matter what I think. What what am I going to change? What if I'm like, oh, I'm not in shape. I can't change anything. It's not my choice. I can't change anything. I just follow the plan, and I follow the plan that's written. That's it. That's it. If it doesn't work, then okay. Then we pivot and we do it better next time. That's all it is, guys. Because what's it matter? You know, if I follow everything that's written, I did everything that I could in my power. And I actually have to follow what's written. I actually have to do everything that's written with full intent and at 100%, right? And when I go to lie down each night, I can say, I checked every fucking box today. So, come show day, my mind is clear. I did everything I could to make this happen. And if it doesn't happen, you just move on. There's always another show. You carry on. That's it. Keep swimming, right? On to the next. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I don't. My self worth isn't dependent off a placing at a bodybuilding show, but my self worth is dependent on my word. And when I say I'm going to do everything that's fucking written on that plan, I am going to do everything that's written on that plan without fail. That's my self worth. And if I do that and the end result is not what I expected, that's okay. Because now I made peace with it because I did everything I could. Here is the key for you guys to take away from that. Do not be result driven. Be process driven, right? Because the results come from the process. I'm not thinking about 5 weeks out from now. I'm thinking about today and executing today. And tomorrow I'm going to wake up and do it again because I'm process driven. I'm a process driven person. I had to train myself to do that. I am not thinking about, oh, am I going to be ready? Or, oh, no. No. Be process driven, not result driven. Because people that are result driven, it doesn't work. You're skipping ahead. You're trying to skip ahead. Do the shit that's in front of you, right? Be process driven. Focus on your next task and getting it done. That's it. J Money, you're in a great spot. Seeing the updates is awesome. Lots of progress since the last show. Yeah, I feel good about it. Paul said I reread Kurt Haven's HGH book recently. It does have something interesting. Sorry, this light is blinding the fuck out of me. It does have something interesting. Basically, after each dose, your body will not process additional doses for 6 to 8 hours. So practically any more than 3 a day is wasted. That's not fully what he meant by. No, that's not what he meant by that. But it is a good book. I will give you that. Or more than 3. What is 3? Oh, are you talking about administrations? More than 3 administrations a day? Still, I don't think that. I don't know. Either way, I think people complicate it. Raymond said, Tommy, you're in a really good spot. My opinion doesn't matter, though. No, sure it is. Your opinion matters. Of course it does. Jay, that's a great mindset. I'm not looking at anything when I diet. Only matters what my coach Raymond sees. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I barely look at my check-in photos. I just make sure like my balls aren't hanging out or something because I am sending them to another person. So, but yeah, I don't try to analyze the physique. I'll look at the posing a little bit, like, hey, maybe that needs some tweaking, but I have a posing guy for that, so I let him do that shit. I don't fuck guys. I just get in the car and go for a ride. That's it. I love the other shit. I make decisions for you guys because I love doing that. I don't like making decisions for myself. That's why I pay really good people to do it for me. That's why you guys pay me to do it for you. And that's okay. That's how the world should work. Mel is in the house. I want to blast my rhomboids. Been doing T-bar row type movements. I don't really feel them as much as my rear delts and lats after I load the weight. I've been doing T-bar row type movements. I don't really feel them as much as my rear delts and lats after I load the weight. I don't think a T-bar row is a great movement for the rhomboids. I mean, the T-bar is good for the whole back. You could just be going too heavy. I don't know. I would have to see a video. You're going to feel your rear delts, though. It's right next to your rhomboids. There's no way around that. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just making sure all my clients are good. I do have check-ins still to do for you guys, so don't worry about that. I will still get to those. Just making sure that my guys in the show tomorrow are all set. That is all. Yeah, just send me a video. Why are you worried about your rhomboid specifically? I like a seated row with like two D handles for rhomboids. And like in the back, I think about like opening my chest up and really pinching back there. That hits my rhomboids pretty good. But yeah, use two separate handles so then you can pull them apart in the back. Feel that my back isn't thick enough, looks flat to me. Well, just build your whole back. I really like the hammer strength low row for overall back. The low row. Yeah. I don't know. The Meadows row is pretty good for rhomboids. But yeah, you're gonna feel your rear delt when you're training your rhomboids. It's right there. There's no way around it. What else? What else? What other questions do you guys have? Blast my rhomboids. Yeah. Amanda says, hi, Raymond. Raymond is going to be our neighbor. Sorry, that's gross. Can you guys hear me scratching my eyeball? Gross. Yeah, David, I don't know what you're waiting for. I fucking told you. What day is it? Today's Friday. Dude, tell him today, bro. What are you doing? And then we're leaving Wednesday. David and I are going to be at the Olympia together, chilling. I am. That's what I mean. Fuck yeah, dude. Go do it. I'm excited to make the move. I gotta be in a bodybuilding box. Jay Money says quit. I have a meeting with her in about an hour. Fucking FaceTime me. David is the man. That's what's gonna happen. Yep. I convinced David to quit his job. Not just me. Other people did too, but it's time for David to move on. He's too good at what he does. He's too good at what he does to not maximize that potential, guys. David decided that he's worth more than his day job. That's what he's going to do. Everyone's telling me to quit. They truly don't pay me enough for what I do. Yeah, no one ever gets paid enough. I agree. Paul says on to bigger and better. That's right. That's right. It's a huge relief quitting your job. It's an incredible feeling. It's terrifying. It's completely terrifying for so many reasons. So, yeah, I get that. I get it, but it's got to happen. It's got to happen. We're young and talented and ambitious, and, you know, we even if we fell on our fucking face, we would figure it out. So it's just something you got to do. You just got to go see. Just got to take the chance sometimes. Jay Money, I know firsthand how big of a difference it makes to be in a better environment and mindset. We'll be sick to see how things go for him. Yeah. Yeah. He's worn too thin at this point. Raymond says, speaking of day jobs, I got to bounce. Client meeting. Mark my words, I'll be doing better things on this insurance sale a year from now. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You know, it's good to go out there and make your own money. And there's pride that comes with it. And, it's just it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's okay to do scary shit. Yeah. What questions do you guys have about bodybuilding and apparently growth hormone and Mike Isertel's PhD? Yeah, everything is good with prep. It's been I would say the easiest prep I've done. Easy is like a relative word, I guess. But it's been smooth at least. Smalls, very important question. Metal or rap for chest day? Oh man, I've been going back and forth between the two, honestly, dude. I would probably go rap today. You know what I did this morning? I did I was on like grunge, like 90s grunge music. So like some Nirvana and shit. And a little bit of like skater punk. That's what I listened to primarily this morning for chest. That was all good shit. David says I love the divorced dad rock playlist on YouTube. I'll have to check that out. I haven't heard that. I mostly use Spotify. Brett says, "Are you listening to any newer metal or mostly just older stuff?" I've been doing older stuff like Mudvayne, Slipknot, stuff like that. A little bit of Pantera and shit like that lately. Blink 182. Yeah, I did some Blink 182 today. They popped up. Even some Green Day, some 41. I've been doing some of that shit lately. I'll send it to you. Yeah, please do. Yeah, I love it. That. Sounds great already. Just turned on Stain. Yeah. Yeah. That's good shit. I saw Mudvayne twice last year. Dude, I forgot how fucking good they were. Like, totally forgot. Kyle sent me a song. He sent me Dig. This was like a couple months ago. I'm like, fuck, I forgot how good this song is. Totally forgot. So then I went down a little rabbit hole of that era metal music. And I don't regret it. It's good shit. I have a piece of the singer's mask that he wears. That's dope. Yeah, pretend. Small says pretend I'm Ronnie and Metroflex. Hell yeah, the uh, I ain't never scared. I'll always remember that song. That shit hits anytime it comes on. I'm just like, all I can think about is Big Ron. Paul said 90s kid in the house. Yeah, we had some good 90s music. Um, old school rap for Ronnie. Yeah, yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, always good. Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse. Yeah, it's my dad rock. That's good shit. Pearl Jam. Yep, it's all good. All right, what else you guys got? Start closing this thing down here soon. We've been on for 2 hours. Bad Omens. Oh, okay. 80s classic is good too, Mark. I agree. But I'm old. As long as it's not hair metal. I don't like hair metal. But like 80s classic rock is fine. But hair metal is like kind of annoying. Like there's some like Iron Maiden that's okay, or like Judas Priest. Yeah, hair metal's kind of ass. I agree. Yeah, we can skip hair metal. We could do some like Joan Jett. That shit's fucking badass. You know, I fuck with Joan Jett. She is the shit. Too much leather. Yeah. Yeah, very true. I don't know. Like Motley Crue's okay. I can listen to some of their shit. There's some 80s hair metal I can do for sure. All right, we're gonna wrap it here. If you guys do think of any questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll do this again. Man, I don't know if we're gonna do it next Friday because I'm gonna be at the Olympia, so we might miss a week. Sorry about that. We'll see what I can do. See what I can do. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your guys' week. We will get through those check-ins in a little bit here. Twista and Bone Thugs, hell yeah. You planning to do check-ins at the Olympia? Yeah, I will. Just plan on there being a small delay. It's just going to be hard for me to be as responsive, especially depending on like the internet signal and stuff. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna try to do all your guys' check-ins just like normal. Um, we'll see. I'm gonna be working off my phone, so it'll be a little more difficult. But yeah, still you can still submit them. Just understand that it's gonna take a little longer. That's all. Nick Walker wins and shouts out Omega Amino. Yeah, hopefully that's happening. Omega Amino is hopefully going to help take Nick to the first spot. Hopefully, Nick is using discount code Tommy as well. So, all right, cool, guys. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining. This is a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time. See ya.